The Celtics strutting through the tunnel earlier on. The Boston faithful waiting to cheer them on as they get set to take the floor. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, Commissioner Adam Silver is continuing to push for the creation of an in-season tournament. He says the notion is to steal a page from European soccer. It's not the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but something secondary that teams care about. Something you'd see players go into that extra gear for. Kevin, back to you.
That's pretty intriguing, DA. That's an interesting story, and we thank you for giving it to us. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Irving, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Washington. Then there's Luka Doncic, and it's Gafford in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Celtics, down in the front court along with Tatum. And there's Porzingis, then it's Holiday, and it's Pritchard in at the shooting guard. And today, Greg, it's about the NBA. But tomorrow it's about spending Turkey Day with family and friends.
I think everyone realizes it's not something we can take for granted. Cherish those moments with your loved ones. They're likely to be your fondest memories.
And it's Irving with the ball for Dallas. Dallas moving the ball around, and goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Off target from outside. Doncic against Holiday. And it's Washington missing. Here's Pritchard. Brown inside. Washington's on him, and it's Brown missing. Hardaway with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Here's Doncic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
That's just a fantastic decision from Doncic, seeing a chance to go to work inside and taking it.
It's Brown on the wing. Nailed from three-point land.
There they go, finally able to drop one in on their fourth try.
Outside Irving. Plays it up off the glass.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Tatum dishes to Brown. From deep. He can't hit that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, and they got the better of this matchup both times they faced off last season. Do they still have their number?
Well, the sample size wasn't that big. I mean, 2 games, not a lot to go on. But they are 2 teams at the top of the pile in each of their conferences. And because of that, I expect it to be competitive.
Here's Brown. Here's Porzingis, and the layup falls.
Porzingis able to use that 7'6" wingspan to full effect, beating everybody to the board and then quickly cashing in.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Now, here is Irving. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
And Kyrie Irving, a Picasso with the ball in his hands. And like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Outside Hardaway. Shoots over Brown. Here's Gafford. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And it's Brown missing. And you know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself. All part of growth.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Hardaway passes to Washington. Goes back up. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Washington's got his second basket. Celtics trail by 7. Outside Tatum. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
To the middle. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Hardaway. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Outside Hardaway. Now here is Irving. Defense is right there, driving inside. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And those putback baskets contributing to their lead.
The 3 from Tatum hits the three-point bomb. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
Tatum aggressively looking for his shot now, preparing before the pass arrives.
Pass to Doncic. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Doncic has got 6 points.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And now the first timeout called here for Boston. So both teams making some changes here. Celtics trail by 8. Tatum wide open. He fires one. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And it's 7 points for Jason Tatum.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Doncic dishes to Exum. An easy 2 points on the layup. He's got 8.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now, here's none. Tatum got a hand on it. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Hardy comes in for Doncic. And Tatum launches it from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
He's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Passes to Hardy. Down low. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics trail by 5. Here's Hauser. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the 3 ball is good.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
And Clark, don't you have to admire the way the Mavericks are always looking to compete?
Yeah, I like that, Kevin. It's a good point by you. It starts at the top of the organization. I mean, the team has really avoided any kind of lengthy rebuild. To their credit, they want to win, and this team is definitely capable of doing that.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Tatum down low. Guarded by Green. It's good. This game is all even. Tatum's got 12 points in the game.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Exum kicks to Green. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
And Nunn has got the ball here for Boston. Over to the left wing. Pritchard passes to Nunn. And here's Tatum for three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
A minute 20 left here in the first quarter. And Green gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by one.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Green. He had 15 points last outing. Second shot opportunity, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. Now shooting their first foul shot of the night. And some changes here for the Celtics. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Horford. And it's Luke Cornett in for Tatum. Boston trailing. Here's Pritchard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Takes a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Inside, Green, and it's Green with the jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Lets the three fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got his third basket of the night right there.
Man, he is feeling it from three-point range. All of a sudden, he just can't miss.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Celtics. He went on an aerial three-point display, drilling 4 long balls in just the 1 quarter alone. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Celtics.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
And so here is Dallas. They trail by 3. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. On the floor for Dallas, Washington out there with Hardaway. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Irving. Doncic has gone 5 for 5 shooting here tonight.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the Beard, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch. David, thank you. And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
It's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze the defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Brown, and it's Boston with another.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Celtics leading by 3. To the wing on the left. Here's Nunn. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Driving the lane over Holiday, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 12.
Par for the course for Luka Doncic. Just one of those games where he's got it on cruise control.
There's Brown with the 3. Here's Cousins. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Cousins has got the lead up to 5 now for Boston.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Doncic from the arc. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Offensively, there's nothing Doncic can't do. I mean, consistency with the 3-ball being one of the few things left that he has to refine.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Zingas, he's checked in for Cousins. Horford comes in for Luke Cornett. And it's Tatum in for Kendrick Nunn. The Celtics with the lead. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Dallas. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And that one was all about offensive execution. Running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
Now, here's Gafford. After Jaylen Brown's miss. 6 on the shot clock. Gafford with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. To the paint, here's Brown. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. And it's 9 points for Jaylen Brown. And the accepted wisdom is role players tend to play better at home than on the road. I've always wondered, Clark, how does that affect them more than stars?
You know, I don't know if I actually buy into that. I do think there's a comfort level when you're at home. I think it's always a little more pressurized to be the home team because you have some additional distractions. Typically, role players are a little more inconsistent overall just based on their particular positions, but that's why you don't call them stars. You call them role players. The fire that Irving plays with, I mean, you can feel it. When you make a 3 on him, it's payback time. He's coming at you.
Now here is Holiday. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Porzingis can't hit.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Hardaway. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Tatum against Irving. Tatum draws the double. There's Brown with the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Tatum. Porzingis has got 6.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Doncic taking pride in setting the table for his teammates. I love his unselfishness.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Some changes here for the Celtics. Hauser's checked in, and it's Pritchard in for Jaylen Brown. Then for the Mavericks, Jones checked in for Washington. Green comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr., and it's Exum in for Irving. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They host the Kings after this game, and that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Gafford's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Doncic. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
And here is Green. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And the foul on Drew Holiday.
Personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardy's checked in. Outside, Jones. Gafford sets the pick for Jones. Porzingis with the block.
When a guy has a 7'6" wingspan like Porzingis does, it's just tough to get away from him or get by him. That allows him to block a lot of shots.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Green kicks to Exum. Dallas moving the ball around. Clock is at 3. Hits it from 3-point range. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
And here's Tatum for 3. Drains the 3-pointer. Tatum's got 6 in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference and points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And here's Tatum for three. And the Celtics another three.
Well, his production from deep has been nothing short of astounding.
And there's the pass to Green. Jones sets the pick for Green. Porzingis with the block. Outside Tatum. Here's Holiday. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his fourth assist in this one.
Boy, what a sweet touch from the mid-range from Holiday. I like seeing him capitalize from this area of the floor.
Now, here's Hardy. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the rejection by Tatum. Boston's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Kept alive by Boston. Porzingis passes to Hauser. And here's Tatum for three. Bangs home the trifecta. Now it's a 5-point Boston lead.
He is dropping that three ball with remarkable consistency. What a barrage here in the first half.
Tatum against Gafford. To the inside. Pass to Hardy. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hardy's got 6.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
The 3 from Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now, here's Gafford. 36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jones with the screen on Howard. Hardy, no good. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Jones.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
63, the Mavericks. 60.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking, getting the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
How about these guys dropping daggers from distance? It's become contagious. The defense has to stay connected to these guys, Ernie.
And the way they've stretched the floor could open up other things for them offensively. Next up, let's see who made the honors for our NBA Players of the Week. In the East, Jason Tatum.
Reminds me of the Swiss Army knife forward Jason Tatum. It's amazing how well developed a scorer he is at such a young age. What's even more amazing, his fans really get on him when he's not producing at the highest level. A little bit ungrateful if you ask me.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Down in the front court along with Tatum. And there's Porzingis, then it's Holiday, and it's Pritchard in at the two-guard spot. It's the group starting the second half for Darvin Ham.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Gafford. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. It's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. The lead is 2. Brown outside. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Greg, you have to love the impact that Tim Hardaway Jr. has had on the defensive end.
He's got a great wingspan to bother shooters and contain penetration. Always aware of where the ball is on the floor. You could call him an underrated defender.
Doncic with the bucket.
Boy, an excellent passer for a big man. P.J. Washington's floor awareness, impressive.
Here's Pritchard. The Celtics working the ball around now. Good, another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Doncic against Brown. Gafford kicks to Doncic. Fades and shoots. Yep, that one goes. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Doncic doesn't give the mid-range a lot of love, but he has the touch to knock it down from there.
And here's Tatum for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So Doncic will go to the free throw line. That's on Jaylen Brown.
And you look at all the things Doncic can do. One in particular, he can control the pace of the game.
And, Greg, I love that about him. His size, his strength, his savvy, his skill set. You really can't speed him up at the offensive end. Everything he does is at his pace and his tempo. He methodically breaks you down. Luka Doncic is a do-it-all player. I mean, he does everything for this team, including being a walking triple-double threat on a game-by-game basis.
And here's Tatum for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. Mavericks trailed by 4. Here's Doncic. Softly drops in the floater. Doncic has got 28.
Boy, such a soft release on this difficult shot. Doncic is a master at knowing how and when to use that shot.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And that's the kind of bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that one.
The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics another 3.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now, here's Doncic. 28 points for him. Out to Hardaway. The 3. No good on the shot. And it's Boston the other way. Tatum on the wing. Shoots the three. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And, you know, that's their first miss after knocking down 4 in a row to start the half.
Al Horford is checked in for Boston. Kendrick Nunn comes in for Drew Holiday. Mavericks trail by 5. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
Celtics making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. And the new power rankings, still only the first month of the season. Here's a chance to compare early returns. You look at Dallas. They slide down to the 3rd spot, trying not to slide any further.
And you know, for Boston, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlooked them as a top team.
Outside Irving.
Oh, my goodness! Come on now. Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Now, here's Brown. He's got 9. Out to the right wing. To the right side. The 3. Mavericks with the rebound.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Pritchard passes to Brown. Kept alive. Left side, Horford. Passes it to Brown. Takes the 3. A rebound by Washington.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Boston's gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Pass to Nunn. Here's Cousins. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside, Horford. There's Brown with the 3. That doesn't go either for Brown.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Now, here's Doncic, and he has 28 points for the game. Outside Irving. And Dallas again with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Pritchard. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Doncic way outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Here's Pritchard. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Pritchard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics. To the paint and stolen by Horford. There's the pass to Nunn. To the left side wing. Here's Pritchard. That 3 off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Now here's is Irving. Defense right on him. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Now here's Brown, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. And on the way from Irving for 3, DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Nunn passes to Brown. The long distance 3 is buried. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
Hey, guys, that's just outstanding confidence from Brown. I mean, getting up with the shot right away and giving the defense no time to react, that's impressive.
Now, here's Doncic. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Some changes here for the Celtics. Luke Cornett comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Tatum in for Kendrick Nunn. And then for Dallas, Josh Green's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Exum comes in for Kyrie Irving, and it's Hardy in for Luka Doncic. And the Celtics with possession here. 4-point game. On the wing, Brown. Pass to Pritchard. Outside, Horford. It's Brown on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Brown's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Boston.
And many thought Horford's days were over after his OKC stint, but showed he can still be a difference maker in Boston. And boy, was he a huge part of their finals run.
A nice shot by Tatum.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
A minute 42 left to play in the 3rd. Here's Green, and he banks in the layup. Green's got 8 points. Horford may not be as consistent as he once was, but Greg, he shows up when you need him the most.
You know, he had several big games for the Celtics in the postseason. Great shooter who can really space the court for you. Still also a top-level defender at the rim, and he helped define their interior defense.
And it's Green with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are, and again for 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. Now, here's Hardy. Guarded closer. Top of the key. That shot off the mark. And Boston will go the other way with it. Brown outside. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got assist number 5 here tonight.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 15. Connect! connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Boston leading by 10. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Daniel Gafford is out there with P.J. Washington. And again for three.
Splashes home another three, and he moves into second place all time with that made for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him.
Far from just a perimeter threat now, Tim Hardaway Jr. is also capable of converting inside.
Outside Tatum to the wing right side. For three. Hits it again. Wow.
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Doncic feeling it out. And that one, good. Doncic has got 32 points in the game.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Boston.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
And another thing they've been exceptional at is their passing. On-target ball movement has gotten them a lot of assists tonight.
And he makes both free throws.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Now here's Irving. Doncic right side. Out to Hardaway. And a miss there on the triple.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Pass to Pritchard. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 6 assists now in the game.
He made 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since then. I tell you what, you can't shake your head at that.
Pass to Washington. In the corner, Irving with it. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, for Irving, he's made an effort, a conscious effort to get to the line more, and for good reason. I mean, he's a really good foul shooter.
East side, 3 shots.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. And Greg, up and down this Celtics roster, so many of their key players were drafted by the Boston Celtics.
And Tatum and Brown at the core, but also credit to their front office. Rare to find a powerhouse built from homegrown talent.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Luke Cornett, and he's good on the second.
During the summer of 2021, the Mavericks had some major changes. Longtime head coach Rick Carlisle left after 13 years in Dallas, and They also got a new GM.
And he nails the third. Coaching staff changes aside, Clark. Do front office moves affect players that much?
I think they do, Kevin. It's hard for them not to. Normally we see a flurry of trades or free agent signings. We saw it with the Mavericks trading away Kristaps Porzingis, changing the composition of their squad, going in a different direction. So that'll take some adjusting to.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Outside Tatum. Back to Holiday. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 6. No good with the triple. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Boy, a promising mid-range game that's highlighted by strong fundamentals and mechanics. Hardaway Jr., a productive scorer.
Outside Holiday. Over to the wing. Here's Pritchard. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Mavericks trail by 10. In the corner, Irving with it from past the arc. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Irving's got 19 points.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Out to the right wing. Back to Tatum. Launches a three. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Irving's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's Hardaway with the drive. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, they'll be facing Steven Adams and the Houston Rockets. And then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Outside Tatum. Here's Pritchard. Drills it from outside. Pritchard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
Irving sets a screen for Doncic. And he drives in. Misses the easy stuff. Celtics leading by 10. Outside Holiday. Out left to the wing. Here's Pritchard. And the three off target. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Right side Irving. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. 21 points in the game.
You know, his job is really to carry the load offensively, and that's exactly what Irving is doing tonight.
Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. Over Hardaway. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 6 assists now in the game. Holiday against Doncic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Doncic has got 36.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Inside is Porzingis, banked in off the glass. That's now 8 points for Porzingis.
Hey, defenders already have a lot to worry about with Tatum scoring. And he's making passes like that, too. Watch out.
Hardaway passes to Irving. Back to Hardaway. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Holiday. The pass to Pritchard from deep three-point range, and that's a foul called on Porzingis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Brown is checked in for the Celtics.
substitution on the court.
Here's Dallas. They're on a 16-7 run. Dallas calls timeout. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum getting it done today.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He said, this is where we make our move. This game's going to come down to big plays. Whichever team makes them is going to come out of here with the win. Kevin, we know what side he's on.
Thank you, David. Oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Shoot two.
First free throw is good. All free throws good from Doncic.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Washington against Tatum. Brown feeling out of it. Latrey. Here's Porzingis. That's in. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Mavericks trail by 8. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Brown against Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Brown at the line for 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. Mavericks trail by 10. Doncic with it. On the wing, Irving. Shot from 16. Rebounded by the Celtics. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Pritchard. Tatum on the wing. For the 3. The second effort. Porzingis can't hit. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Right side, Irving. 1:19 left in the fourth. Down to 5 on the shot clock. to Hardaway. Here's the three. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. They lead by 7. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
.102 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot. And here's Tatum for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Celtics lead by 10.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Back to Doncic. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jones checked in for P.J. Washington. Josh Green comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Exum in for Irving. .32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 5 on the clock, and Green slams it in.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Stolen by Exum. Count the basket.
Smooth reverse. He knew just what he was doing there.
And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul. Third 2 foul. Substitution on the court.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. So they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
The potential that Tatum still possesses to get better is quite scary. I mean, this guy has done an awful lot in a very short time. He's a versatile forward with tremendous skills and a work ethic to match.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag. Yeah, he's got a great motor, Hardaway Jr. He does not need to be pushed to step up in big moments. He relishes.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 7. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jones from outside. It's hauled in by Cornette. Brown against Green. Brown outside. From deep. Can't get it to fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alder, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.